A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, thousands of protesters took to the streets across various cities in the United States on Saturday, June 15, 2025, to voice their dissent against what many perceive as a display of authoritarianism by President Donald Trump. The protests coincided with a military parade celebrating the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army, an event that was marked by a significant political backdrop, as it also fell on Trump's 79th birthday. The No Kings protests erupted just hours after the tragic killing of a Democratic lawmaker and her husband in Minnesota, an act that has intensified the already rising tensions in a deeply divided nation. The protests, which were organized under the banner of No Kings, aimed to draw attention to the perceived erosion of democratic values and the increasing concentration of power in the hands of the presidency. Participants expressed their concerns over the state of democracy in the United States, arguing that the military parade was more than just a celebration of the armed forces. It was a symbol of Trump's authoritarian tendencies. As demonstrators gathered in cities from coast to coast, they carried signs and chanted slogans that echoed their demands for a return to democratic principles and accountability. Many protesters highlighted the recent violence and political unrest as indicative of a larger problem within the political landscape. The killing of the lawmaker, which shocked the nation, served as a grim reminder of the volatility that characterizes the current political climate. In Washington, D.C., where the military parade was set to take place, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation and tension. Security was heightened in the Capitol as authorities braced for potential clashes between protesters and supporters of the president. The parade, while intended to honor the military, became a focal point for dissent, as activists vowed to make their voices heard amidst the celebrations. Protesters voiced their frustrations not only about the military display, but also about the broader implications of Trump's presidency. Many expressed fears that the normalization of authoritarian practices could lead to further erosion of civil liberties and democratic norms. The juxtaposition of a grand military celebration against the backdrop of widespread protests highlighted the stark divisions that have come to define American society. In cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago, crowds gathered in large numbers, chanting slogans such as No Kings, No Presidents, and Power to the People. The demonstrations were largely peaceful but underscored the urgency felt by many citizens who believe that their democratic rights are under threat. Activists called for unity among various groups, emphasizing the need for collective action to safeguard democracy. As the day unfolded, news of the protests spread rapidly across social media platforms, drawing attention from around the world. Many international observers were keenly watching the events in the United States, noting the significance of the protests in the context of global democratic movements. The images of demonstrators standing against a backdrop of military might serve as a powerful reminder of the ongoing struggle for democratic ideals. The protests also sparked discussions about the role of the military in American society and the implications of using military displays as a political tool. Critics argued that such displays could blur the lines between patriotism and nationalism, raising concerns about the potential for militarization of civic life. In response to the protests, supporters of President Trump rallied in defense of the military parade, arguing that it was a necessary tribute to the sacrifices made by service members throughout history. They contended that the event was a celebration of national pride and unity, rather than a reflection of authoritarianism. However, the contrasting narratives highlighted the deep rifts in public opinion and the challenges facing the nation as it navigates its political future. As the day concluded, the protests served as a significant moment in the ongoing discourse surrounding democracy in the United States. The stark imagery of protesters standing against a military parade encapsulated the complexities of a nation grappling with its identity and values. With the political landscape continually evolving, the events of June 15, 2025, may well be remembered as a pivotal moment in the fight for democratic principles in America. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.